drafting, who you should be keeping, and who you getting off waivers. One smart move could be a game saver. Charger, Chief, or Raider, whoever get the paper. Primetime playmaker or Green Bay game breaker. Me, I'ma keep it a buck with Tom B. Wild in Florida, like Tom G down in Tampa. We winning all challenges, mock drafting, laughing and relaxing. You wanna know what fantasy bot? Catch what's happening on BPSN. Before you line up, lock in, tell a friend. What's happening, fantasy world? We back again for another episode. Boy, you know we super excited. The season done kicked off. Week 1 done wrapped up. So now we got to get into the waivers. Now, I know some of y'all new to the show. Y'all really ain't familiar with the waiver wire and how that thing works. The way the waiver wire work is you need to be watching it. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the opportunity to get the best available player after the first week is completed. Some people don't need to go on the waiver wire. You know what I mean? Some people do. But, you know, if you winning like my guy Jermaine Phillips, we got Jermaine Phillips on here from the Pros Not Joe's League. We also got Dustin Chapman in here, 30,000 year fantasy guy, got all the fantasy knowledge, high school classmate, homeboy, all that, man, all that. Jay, talk to me. How was your first? This was your first league, right?
Yeah, man, it's my first time, ever doing it, man. You know what I mean? I had my oldest son. You know what I mean? He be doing this stuff or whatever. So I was asking him questions. You know, it's like, man, what's going on? What's this? What's that? You know what I mean? He does it somewhere else, but he's like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? So we over there comparing points. You know what I mean? Hey man, my player got more points than you. I was like, shoot. I was like, man. You know, to look and see who's still left to play and all that stuff. I was like, okay. This thing is kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
Wait, listen, you got off. First, if y'all that's new to the fantasy world, to the show, Jermaine had the #1 pick in our Pros No Joe's League. And man, when I tell you he was picking like he played before, as you can see, he went into week 1 unscathed, unscratched, unshook, nothing. I'm talking, he barely even, did he even pinch you, Jermaine? Did he even pinch you?
Hey man, it's all good. I got lucky, man. I got lucky. You know what I'm saying? He was blindfolded, man. He told me he's gonna play me blindfolded, man. That's
he
what
said he got lucky. He got lucky. Let me run down some people that's on your team. That way they can tell me if you got lucky, man. Because I don't know. Let me just see. I know for sure, without even looking at your roster, you got Run CMC. Am I right?
Yep.
And I know we've been seeing from the jump that he's one of the top fantasy guys in this thing. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Let me see, man. What was the scope? Because you know, you did your thing.
Exactly.
Let me see. Ooh, let me go to this league information, man. Let me see. I got it right here, Jermaine. So Jermaine's team was called Game Over Phillips. So this is what the score looked like. What's up, Hill? Got my other guy, Hilton Horn, joining in. All these fantasy players are joining in. So Jermaine Phillips, aka Game Over Phillips team, went against Hot Soup team. If y'all been watching the show, Hot Soup been fantasying for about 45 years. You know what I'm saying? He's self-proclaimed fantasy guru / god. And this is what Jermaine did to him. Jermaine beat him 189 to 115. This was his starting lineup. He had Matt Ryan. He had Run CMC. The man got Jacobs from the Raiders, if you don't know. He got Julio Jones from the A, because he's from the A. He got Amari Cooper, Zach Ertz, T.Y. Hilton. You got Jay Hicks at the linebacker from Arizona.
But yeah, I'm here at 8 o'clock, y'all.
Which Chubb that is? That's the brother, the linebacker?
That's the D tackle, yeah.
Okay, he got the D tackle, Chubb from Denver.
Yeah, he need to go.
He ain't do nothing. You got Landon Collins, and you had Indiana defense. And then you didn't get a kicker. Talk to me about this strategy right here, Jermaine.
Hey man, I was lost, man. I thought I had a kicker until I looked at it. I was like, dang. I said, oh man. But you know, hey, the game was out of hand, man. I wasn't worried about it, man. I just trying to get a guy a chance. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Chance, man.
I feel you. You don't want him to look bad like he don't know what he's talking about, right?
Hey, exactly. I got a kicker now. We got a kicker coming though.
Okay. For sure. I see it. Who else was successful in our league since we ain't got them on there? We're gonna do a recap tonight when Matt get on. He get on at 9. This is just gonna be for the waiver wire. But since I got you here, we might as well go and let you talk. Anything you want to tell these people about your first week that you noticed?
Man, I don't talk about it, man. Hey, man, hey, the name of my team says it all, man. You
Game
know what
over.
I mean? Hey, you know how it is on the basketball court. Game over. Next,
Flip,
who's up? Let's go.
flip, flip.
Hey, there it is, baby.
Game over. Flip. Now what they
Yeah,
want, Dustin? How you
yeah.
did your first week?
I play in. I have 4 teams right now, 4 active teams.
Okay.
Two are traditional fantasies, and the other 2 are real non-traditional. Like I don't even. I scored 478 points and lost.
Did you win?
I lost.
Oh man, get on with all that.
And you know the guy. You know the guy I lost to in that league, Bruce Tanner.
Oh, man, you lost to Tanner?
Yeah, he put up 529. That was the #1 point total of the week last week in that particular league.
Is he the commissioner?
No, Wayne, the commissioner.
So
Wizzo.
you lost to Tanner in Wayne's league. I invited Wayne too because he swear he's a fantasy all-star as well.
He go for all Eagles players and then try to trade them.
What?
You know how he roll.
What?
Yeah.
Well, hey.
I did well in my 2 traditional leagues, standard PPR leagues. I didn't lose in neither of those. I got guys like Mahomes, guys like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is my RB2. Derrick Henry. I need some help with wide receiver because I gotta find out a replacement for Michael Thomas.
Okay.
He's gonna be out for a few weeks, but I got a guy like Marquise Brown. I'm gonna slide in there. Hollywood. To take that spot. So next week we're going 4-0.
I hear you. That's the attitude you gotta have. You welcome to pull up next waiver wire Wednesday. That way you could let us know how you really did because you put up a lot of points to be losing, brother.
Yeah, that league is crazy. Like the defense, you could score like 150. I don't know the way he set it up. It's a different league. I never heard of the site. It's called Sleeper. We tried it.
Sounds suspect.
Yeah,
I'm gonna definitely get at Wayne about that suspect, man.
It's unpredictable to say the least, but we're just having fun with it. It's all DP boys. So, we got Trey Stinson up in there. You got me, Wayne, Bruce, and Brandon Tanner. So it's all DP boys.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Dr. Phillips High School, man, in Orange County. Shout out to all the alum and all the guys. He got me in it late. I was like, I need to focus. I had to focus on this league with Jay Fields. Jay Fields was in that thing, so focused. But I'm telling you, go check out what's happening in Fantasy World Pro, not those drafts, and look at how focused that boy was. Now, me personally, hold on. You say, how did I do this week? Well, glad you asked. I went 3-0, won in every single league. Nah, in our league, Jermaine, you know who I played against? Mike Neal, dusted him, slap off. 225 to 169. I think me and you might have had the top high scores this week. Great job, man.
Hey, all good, baby.
Keep it up. Man, I got people like Russell Wilson, Clyde Edwards, Joe Mixon, D Moore, Calvin Ridley, who went slap off on their face. Andrews, the tight end for Baltimore, Alvin Kamara, who they were saying washed, but he ain't. Zach Cunningham, Joey Bosa, Buda Baker, New England defense, and Will Lutz. I crushed him. But I'm gonna go over some transactions that's going on in our league right now for the waiver. So if y'all let me actually let them know how the waiver wire works. The waiver wire also is it goes in snaking order like the draft. So if you was like the first person to get a free agent, then you're gonna be the last person. It'll start going in order like that. If you was the second person to get somebody off the waiver wire, then the next time it flip around after everybody get their person, then you'll be last in order. But in our league, let me go over some stuff. Oh, I see you. This is what you just did, Jermaine. I'm looking at you right now. It say you just added Tennessee defense, and I see why. I see them boys balling. They got what's your boy just came over there, the Beast?
Clowney.
Yeah. They were showing out on Denver. They did their thing, man. I see why you picked them up. They held Tennessee. They were just holding Denver like, they couldn't do nothing. They got
Jacksonville this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they got Jacksonville. Now, did you see that Jacksonville game a little bit?
No, I didn't see it.
Jacksonville looked good, boy. I'm telling you, they look good. What you think, Dusty?
Hey, Jacksonville looks solid. Minshew, he was perfect if you think about it, because his only incompletion was a drop.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be on the quarterback. So,
Hey,
but back to Tennessee real quick. That's a huge pickup.
it is.
The last time Clowney, his best year, he had Vrabel as his DC in Houston,
Mhm.
and now Vrabel's the head coach in Tennessee. So, once he learns a little bit more about that system, they're gonna play him down 4-point stance, 3-point stance, linebacker. Tennessee's gonna be a problem.
They said it last night. They gonna
It
move
is.
him
I like.
around. That's why you picked him. Tell us about why you picked him, Jermaine.
I mean, I like him, man. I mean, I saw they was playing Jacksonville, man, and I mean, Jacksonville is Jacksonville. No matter how good they played last week, man, they're still gonna be a team that don't put up a lot of points. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's gonna be a game that if Jacksonville do win, it's gonna come down to the end. It's always gonna be a close game, is what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. But I think Tennessee defense, what I mean, they're gonna play well, and then they're a run-heavy team, so defense gonna get rest, so they're gonna be fresh and they're gonna be ready to run around and fly around.
And Tannehill, surprising. You know what I'm saying? He's a game manager, but
Yeah.
he looks a lot more confident this year than he did last year. We'll see.
He does.
Yep.
Oh, also in our Pros No Joe's League, recent activity. Recent activity is where you go inside that ESPN if you want to see what everybody doing in the waiver wire. I don't know if you checked that out yet, Jay, but check out the recent activity. That'll show you what everybody doing. The next move that was made in our league, I dropped Keyshawn Vaughn and I picked up Benny Snell Jr. Now that should be self-explanatory to you guys, but I'm gonna explain why. Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones was doing a thing. This man, Keyshawn Vaughn, had 0 carries, like not a one. So I had to get him up off my team. Benny Snell picked him up because Connor got hurt. He hurt his ankle. He hadn't
Connor made
really
a
been
tissue.
healthy.
That's why.
What happened?
Connor made a tissue.
Yeah. Connor is out there looking like a real origami champion. He hurt his leg, and so I'm like, if history serves itself right, he ain't gonna be in the game. I need to have Benny Snell Jr. Also, hey, Jay Grace, what's up, Jay Grace?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
Man, also I want to thank Grandeur Clothing. You know what I mean? They also was a part of this Fantasy Goat shirt, man. You see the G on the elbow. That's what it stands for. Shout out my guy Dustin. I don't know if you remember. Jarvis went to DP with us as well.
I know him. I got Jay on my Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not know him. How can you not know him? He's in my Catalina Killers fantasy league in Orlando. But he been how long we been in that fantasy league? About 10, 12 years too?
Yeah, man. We're 10 years deep now.
Man, okay. So also
Keep a
I
lead.
won that week. Jarvis, you lost that week. I just want to put that out there for everybody who wants to he lost. He lost last week, man.
I was projected to win, man. But the guy I played against, he over exceeded. So it be like that sometimes, man.
It do. I told you you gotta watch that you gotta watch them point corrections, everything like that. I'm just going over some recent transactions in our Pros No Joe's league. Now, Hot Soup, after you beat the brakes off him, he went and did a little mixing up of his league, of his team, Jermaine. He got he dropped Jared Goff and he picked up Gardner Minshew. That's the guy we talking about from Jacksonville. So he went off, so I can see why he picked him up. And then Sky City Unbreakable, I forgot who that is. I think that's Jerry team. He dropped Sony Michelle, and then he dropped Chris Thompson from Jacksonville, and then he added Sony Michelle. But I don't think Sony gonna do nothing. And then
I don't like that move.
I don't like that move
at all. I got one for you.
Talk to me.
So I had Kerryon Johnson, Detroit running back, but I don't have no confidence in their O line. So Marlon Mack hurt, Naheem Hines.
Woo!
He might not be available in a lot of y'all's leagues, but he was available in 2 of mine. So I scooped him up. He's gonna be a good PPR addition.
He was the number 1 guy on the waiver wire. I scooped him up too.
Most certainly. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, John.
Did you use a waiver? Did you use your waiver for him?
I did. In one league I did. In the other, it doesn't. It didn't require it for some reason, but I don't care about that.
That's
shorts out my running
a
back
secret
position.
that I kind of use, man.
Tell them about what I was gonna say, Jarvis. Tell them about your waiver strategy, because every year in that league, you be the first month to pick somebody up every morning. It's like you don't even go to sleep. It's like you got a clock set at 3 a.m. Tell everybody, how the hell do you be doing that?
Yeah, the waiver clear is normally around between 3 and 3:30. So
a.m. time. Yep.
8
6 a.m. and I'm up and I see who don't get scooped up, man. If I want them, then I'll just grab them and then I keep my waiver position. That way I don't have to use my waiver wire.
In
So
the league that I needed Hines in more because Kerryon Johnson shit the bed. I was next to last already in the waiver wire, so I'm
You didn't
lucky I
lose.
got him. That
Yeah,
means
you didn't
nobody
lose.
ahead of me submitted a claim for him, so I got lucky on that one. That was a win-win.
So wait a
Yeah,
minute,
that's a
Jarvis.
win-win.
You saying that if you wait until everybody do their waivers until 6 a.m., you ain't got to lose your place in your waiver?
Nope.
Correct, because the
Free
waiver
agent.
is done after Tuesday night. So the waiver is done. If you pick up someone like on a Wednesday, then you don't have to use your waiver and you maintain your position and you move up. So that's how I keep my number one
Wednesday
waiver.
morning. That's the key.
Yeah, I keep
Wednesday
my
morning.
until Thursday, correct. So I keep my number one waiver as long as possible until someone really gets hurt. Where I know, okay, I need to burn this waiver on this guy because someone's gonna scoop him up that has a lower position than me.
So for example, right, I had sucker ass Le'Veon.
Right.
Had Le'Veon. I had to use my waiver because somebody was gonna get Hines, right?
Correct.
Okay, but in the
Correct.
other case scenario, since I don't need nobody, I need to just wait till all the trash fall. So like Jermaine, remember we were just talking about recent activity?
Right.
Basically what he's saying is wait till everybody pull their people and then it won't affect your waiver wire position if you wait. And that's in our Yahoo league. But that what I would say is you would check the settings inside that ESPN because it might be a little bit different in the ESPN setting.
And also, it's best to do this particular strategy the first 4 weeks and then the last 4 weeks as you head into playoffs because people get real reactionary. You know, they got a stud on their team and he didn't perform too well. They overreact. They call it overreaction Monday, overreaction Tuesday. They'll drop somebody they ain't supposed to be dropping and they're not available on the waiver wire because they didn't know they got dropped until they're already a free agent.
Let me go some
scoop Le'Veon if you drop him, Scott, if that's what you're saying.
You're gonna go scoop him. If you want him, then I trade for him. I trade him to you.
If you're on the free agent list, I mean, there's no need to trade.
I know, but now you telling me you want him, then I ain't gonna drop his ass.
In three out of my 4 leagues, we have IR spots. We have 3 IR spots. So if somebody's listed as out, you could put them on hold kind of in that IR spot, fill your roster, but then when they come off injury, you gotta let somebody go in order to bring them off of IR.
So the way we doing it in our Pros No Joes league, we got 2 IR spots, but they for COVID only. So if you go out because of COVID, then we'll let you get on the IR, but not because of injury. But yeah, we really
I didn't know what I was doing, man. Like I was doing the, Sunday night. I'm looking at the thing. I'm trying to like, oh shoot. I was like, Kerryon Johnson ain't doing nothing. I was like, shoot, Adrian Peterson like he all right right now. Put him in there. Then I saw Hines. I was like, oh man, let me try to get him. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just changing all kind of stuff around. You know what I mean? It's my first time, so I don't know. I was like, shoot. I was like, hey, maybe ain't nobody looking at this thing. You know what I mean? But it's all.
Don't overreact. Don't
overreact, Jermaine. That's what they want you to do. They want you to overreact. So what I say for you, pick one of them that you really want, and look at who you got on your team who is the worst person. Or like what I like to do is I stream my defense every week. So before I drop a person, if I know I'm gonna drop that defense, I'm gonna just go ahead and use that defensive waiver wire and then go ahead and swap out before I drop some of them other players that I might really like. And then you don't want to get overreactive and then the next game somebody go off because now your heart broke. Shout out my boy Rock.
Man, I mean, it wasn't nobody that had started, no. You know what I mean? It was somebody. Everybody was looking that was on the bench. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, and then like Cooks, I think he questionable anyway, and he ain't really doing nothing, and I'm not really sold on him. So
well, you got to do what you got to do now. If you ain't really sold on Cooks now, you got to, like I say, it might not have been that week. I personally, I like Cooks. You know what I'm saying? He the number 1 receiver over there without D-Hop. So I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple of minutes that he up off of the free agency. You get what I'm saying?
I thought that too, but Will Fuller showed out. Like Will Fuller caught, I think, 8 or 9 of his 10 targets.
He did.
But the question with Fuller is, can he stay healthy? He's missed like 20 games in probably 4 seasons. So, but I took a chance on Fuller.
I think that's a question mark.
Yeah, see what I was gonna say, Dustin. You right, man.
Yeah.
I like Will Fuller as well, but at the same time, man, he is a paper origami champ. He's stay getting hurt.
Old school coach.
And Brandon Cooks the same way. I think that's the whole problem with the whole Texas wide receiving corps. They all injury called.
This my boy Rock, right? My boy Rocky went to Tennessee State with me. You know what I'm saying? How long you been fantasying, Rock?
Man, for the last about 14 years, ever since 06.
Man,
Nice.
come on now.
Yeah,
I'm
14,
telling you,
yeah,
Nice.
14.
it's
Yeah,
dead
but
serious.
like I was saying, man, that whole Houston, Texas wide receiving core, you know what I mean? The issue with them is definitely health. Bill of health is a top priority with them because, you know what I'm saying, it's talent. It's talent with Cooks and Will Fuller. Then you mix in my hometown boy, Randall Cobb. You know, they got a nice, decent core, but like you said, health is a main concern with them. So, you know, you got to
Gets
kind of
hurt.
just,
Yeah.
What the coach is, what the coach is gonna tell you. The best ability is
It's
availability.
availability. Yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir.
made the club in the tub.
What do y'all
Man,
think about
you
Sammy
did.
Watkins?
You heard it from the champ himself. Can't make the club in the tub. Boy, they
Can't
like
make the
that.
club,
dead
but I
to
like
me.
that one. I got to use that one. I like that
Now,
one.
what
What
I
do y'all
want to
think
do
about
is
Sammy Watkins?
what about him?
What do y'all think
Man.
about him? I mean, he had a good game.
He had
I
an
think
awesome game.
as we progress through the season, I think a guy like Nico Hardeman has a chance to
I
take
got Hartman.
some touches away
Yeah.
Right.
from
Got
Sammy,
drafted
but
Hartman late. I
ultimately
like Hartman.
Right.
Sammy's best in the slot. If they keep him in that slot, it's just they got so many weapons. And
Oh, yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire gonna take catches away. It's gonna be a feast or famine. If you got Kansas City guys, you got to have two of them
Yeah, you do.
one to protect the other one. Maybe Kelsey and one of them wide receivers, or Clyde, or just to protect. That's what I did with New Orleans. I got Kamara in one league, and then I got his backup just to throw in there once in a while at the flex because he gonna pull some red zone touchdowns away. From Kamara.
But you got to know how to work that lineup. What I want to do too, man, since we got all this experience, man, Jermaine, I want you to listen to these cats, man, to see. I want you to first jobs. You give me your top 4 sought after free agents on the waiver wire. Then Rock, I want you to do the same thing, and then Dustin, I want you to do the same thing because it was a couple people that I looked at that I saw. You know what I mean? Roby Anderson. I like what he did last week.
Yeah.
Hines
was number 1.
Hines,
Hines was number 1. But I'm not going to burn. I wasn't going to burn because I drafted 6 running backs.
Right.
So I'm not going to burn my waiver on, Hines because I just feel like I'm deep. I'm deep already. And I got Bam from the Eagles, that rookie. So Boston,
Boston Scott.
Boston Scott. So I have him. Yeah. So, I feel he's going to pop off before the year's over. So I'm just holding on, man. But Hines is the number 1 on the waiver wire. And then, like you said, because of the injury.
Who else you got? Give me 3 more of your top.
Malcolm Brown.
Yes,
Malcolm
indeed.
Brown.
From the
Chargers. He looked really good.
From the Rams.
Yeah, he looked really good in the absence of Gurley gone.
That boy
Gurley looked good in Atlanta.
That boy buff, ain't he?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, those are the top ones right now, man. But I'm not overreacting week 1 because, it's a long season. It's 17 weeks, and it always happens. These guys get off week 1, week 2.
Boom or bust.
And then the real players come to play once it gets mid-season.
Give me your other 2. Who your other 2 on the wire that people should pick up? Not you, but who you would pick up, Jermaine.
I don't like Sammy Watkins.
Okay.
Robbie Anderson, I like in Carolina.
Yeah,
Carolina looked good. They looked real good.
Yeah, they did. Teddy Bridgewater and Roby Anderson are both from South Florida, by the way. Me and Rock was talking about earlier, so just know that.
I guess Scantling, man.
Who?
Valdez Scantling from Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who you like.
Again, I'm not going to burn I'm not desperate for help, so I'm not going to burn my waiver on these guys.
Right.
Hey, Rock, who your 4 that you got up there based on your fantasy leagues? Who your top 4 guys that you think
I like this guy named James Robinson down there in Jacksonville, and the reason why I like him, he's an undrafted rookie, and he getting the volume. Yeah, the running back. He getting the volume. And when I look at players on the waiver wire, and I look at players I'm gonna bring on to bring in, I'm looking at volume. He ain't got nobody competing with carries. You know what I'm saying? So he getting all the goal line carries now. He do got Chris Thompson, but Chris Thompson, he's a veteran. He's more of a third down back. Before it's that pounding and bruising, James Robinson, he getting all the bulk of the carries, and he ain't splitting no time because they actually got 2 guys hurt, Raquel Armstead, and I can't think of the other cat name.
And he got COVID. The other guy got COVID.
Yeah. Raquel got COVID. And the other guy, he injured. He got a funny name. Ozingo. Yeah, okay. Ozingo. So James Robinson getting all the carries. Another guy I like is Allen Lazard, Green Bay offense. Everybody been waiting for the last couple of years between, like my man mentioned, Valdez Scantling and Allen Lazard. I think these guys have finally grown into the offense. They got a couple of years under their belt. a lot of good rapport with Aaron Rodgers. So I picked him up. I like Lazard a lot just because Aaron Rodgers gonna sling the ball around, and if you run the right routes and he open, he gonna get it to you. Third guy, it's kind of a reach. I kind of been watching that backfield out in San Diego. And not San Diego, LA Chargers. Joshua Kelly, he a rookie. You know, I watched you talking about Webb. His name is Kelly. He a running back.
Okay.
He got 14. I think he got 13 carries, 60 yards last week, and I think he scored. I believe him and Eckler splitting time. Justin Jackson got hurt, so he didn't step into he outpaced and outplayed Justin Jackson. So I
gotta go look him up, Rob.
Yeah. Joshua Kelly, look him up. Look at his volume.
Okay.
He a rookie, and then the last dude is the boy out of Pittsburgh, Chase Claypool.
Oh yeah,
Right
we've
now,
been talking about him. We've been big on him, the receiver.
Claypool out of Notre Dame, 6'4", a receiver, 238, 4.4 speed. He got some playing time the other night. Looked real good. Came and made that little spectacular sideline catch. He gonna move up the depth chart as the season progresses. Right now, he behind Deontay Johnson and what's my other? James Washington. He gonna surpass James Washington, and I really think him and Juju gonna be the 1 and 2 guys on the outside. So just those just a couple of guys just to keep an eye on right now. And so that's what I got.
I'm with you, Dustin. Who you got, Dustin? Tell us your top 4 off the waiver. That's not those guys they named now.
Okay, so obviously we already talked about Hines. We already talked about Benny Snell. I really like the Benny Snell pickup, Scott.
Right. Me too.
With the Colts having a running back, they might be forced to pass the ball a little bit more. I think a guy like Paris Campbell could be a good pickup. He had double-digit points week 1 in most standard leagues.
Yeah.
I like a guy. Maybe if you got a bonus spot and you just looking for a boomer bust, a guy like old school, Frank Gore this week. He's gonna start.
He's gonna get that ball.
He's starting versus San Francisco, who got a real tough front seven. So that's a boomer bust.
But look though, he got it. It's personal for him. They did trade him.
Most definitely.
Usually when it's a personal game, they get real. You know what I mean? They get real new legs and they go to running that thing on emotion. So you have to write him down. Look, I'm over here like this, man. Y'all see how I'm working.
You working
you
the
know what I'm
phone,
saying? Guys already talked about picking up Gardner Minshew, one of his favorite targets, Keelan Cole.
Yeah.
He's available in most leagues.
Yeah, Keelan Cole
had double digits last week.
Yes, he did.
He's only going to continue to improve. They can't double. They can't double Chark and what's the other
Conley.
So you know what I'm saying? They got some studs out there. You looking for a tight end. A guy like Logan Thomas might shock a few people. He had double-digit points week 1. He seems to have pretty good. Yeah, exactly. He seems to have a pretty good relationship with Haskins, and Haskins definitely looks a little bit more comfortable.
A lot comfortable.
In year 2.
He does.
And then some love for the white boys. I'm gonna throw Humphreys in there. Humphreys in there from Tennessee.
Adam Humphries.
Yeah.
Adam Humphries.
He's just real consistent. He is what you know what I'm saying. Thielen. Everybody looks at Thielen as the number 1 guy after Amendola and old boy in New England. But Adam Humphries, man, real consistent. Plays healthy. And we already talked about it. Tannehill looks a little bit more comfortable. So that's my 4.
I'm gonna throw one more in there real quick, and I'm gonna let you move on to the next one. I forgot to mention Brandon Ayuk. Keep an eye on my man from San Francisco.
Yes,
Brandon Ayuk.
You love him, boy. That's your boy. You've been saying that from the beginning.
I'm telling you, Brandon Ayuk.
Physical wide receiver.
Yeah. He got a wingspan of 81 inches. I think by San Francisco having a lack of receivers to want to step up. He gonna fit right into that role and give Jimmy G a consistent target. So keep an eye on him.
What I say too. While you working at waiver wire, what you could do is put a star by their name on the watch list. I work that watch list so heavy, I put a star by everybody that they talking about. That way, if somebody go out, I know I have them right there quickly in my queue, ready to pick up. But I also like Corey Davis, man. And I was talking about him with Rock earlier because you was talking about Tennessee, Jermaine. Corey Davis, every single play that they ran play action to Big Travis Henry, they passed it to Corey Davis, and he was wide open, bro. He's been murdering out there, man.
Yes, he has.
That's somebody
you might get though, man. You're gonna have 8 in the box because you got Henry right there, so it's gonna leave a lot of one-on-one coverage back there,
man. And he wide open every time, and Henry getting yards. So that's just another person that y'all might want to look at too. Look at picking up, man.
Yeah.
What about some surprises, man? Who y'all think gonna be a surprise coming in next week that we might want to check out based on the matchups? Because matchups
Man,
is
look at
everything.
Ruggs,
It
man.
touches. Who?
I mean, Ruggs not a
Ruggs.
free agent, but in most
Yeah.
leagues. But Henry Ruggs, man, he got like 10 targets.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
he
you
did.
think he's gonna get off?
man, Ruggs from
Ooh.
Alabama.
You think he's gonna get
Man,
off this game?
Oh man, Ruggs is serious. He's gonna get. I really think Oakland's gonna be. Las Vegas now. I think that they're gonna be one of the most slept on teams this year. I think they're gonna be really, really good in the AFC.
But he playing against New Orleans with Jack Rabbit in them. You think he's still gonna get off?
I mean, they're gonna have to put up numbers. They're gonna have to air it out, man. And that's another thing though with this, man. A lot of times, teams be getting blowed out, and them garbage points count in fantasy.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You ain't lying. Look at Matt Ryan last week.
Look
Garbage.
at
Right.
New York.
Kevin Ridley.
Right.
Man, what?
Right.
New York saved my life.
Right.
Getting them garbage touchdowns. But hey, boy, you made a big point right there. They're gonna be down. I might have to start him because I got Terry McLaurin starting over
I
Henry
like McLaurin.
Ruggs.
I like
like
touchdown
him too.
Terry.
I
Touchdown
like
Terry
him
is
too,
what
but
I
I
call
don't
him.
like Arizona defense. Them boys dead serious. They do not play no games.
Yeah.
Speaking of defense, I'm telling y'all, Washington defense, I don't think they're a fluke. Like I was telling Scott earlier, they got them 5 first rounders. You got Ryan Kerrigan, Chase, what's the boy from
Edmonds, right?
Ohio?
Chase
Yeah,
Young?
yeah, Chase Young. They got Jonathan Allen, and they got the other boy from Alabama. I can't think
And
of
they got Sweat too. There you go.
Montrez Sweat. Yep,
There you go.
Montrez Sweat. Yeah.
He a
Mm.
So
beast.
keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him.
Okay,
that
so-
front nasty.
Okay, Rock. Since we brought up defenses, let's go on some defenses that we might want to look for on waiver wire Wednesday. Because if you somebody like me, I don't keep the same defense. I stream a defense.
Yeah.
every week. What's a
I'ma
good
say-
defense out there for me?
Yeah, me
Whoever
too.
playing against the San Diego
Giants.
Chargers.
Whoever
I'm not
playing
a
the
big,
Giants.
yeah, the Giants and the Chargers, because I'm not big on Tyrod Taylor, man. I don't think he's an efficient quarterback. So I'm looking for anybody to play in the Chargers, or like my man just mentioned about Daniel Jones. I'm not big on Daniel Jones either. He kind of shaky in the pocket. You seen that the other night with Pittsburgh getting after him. He making rush throws and he can't scan the field because they on his ass. So
Yeah, I'm a Giants
yeah.
fan. Our old line is Swiss cheese, man.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear
man. Barkley getting hit in the backfield, right? I mean, as soon as he get the ball, he's 2 guys in the backfield. So
They on his head.
probably, we already know about Pittsburgh defense. Washington, trying to think who else.
What you think Minnesota defense
Green.
gonna do this week?
What's the
Versus
matchup?
Indy, I don't know. They play Indy in
They play
Indy.
Indy.
That's a tough place to win.
And they got some corners
Yeah.
out.
If you're looking for a flyer, Scott, I would take Green Bay this week at home against Detroit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
probably
Detroit.
ain't no
And
free
they ain't
agent
got no
right now.
corners. Yeah, they ain't
Yeah.
got no corners. But
Exactly, and they're not going to be able to keep up with Aaron Rodgers. He's slinging that thing.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers on a mission, man. Seriously, they played him with Green Bay.
You want
By
to
drafting
take a
Bryce
first round
Love.
quarterback?
Yeah, you
Okay.
want to take Bryce Love? I'm gonna show you. I still got the juice, and he's
Same thing happened when they
Yeah.
drafted Rodgers. Favre was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm,
let me show y'all what I got.
man.
I was
What
hoping
about,
Dallas would have signed Earl Thomas by now.
Man,
What about-
I don't understand that. He got
Why
it.
haven't
I
we
mean,
signed him?
I think he got to be a real cancer for nobody's taking a chance on
Oh
him,
my
man.
gosh, man.
Seriously, he got to be a real cancer for his
When them
talent that he's
when them
is.
jobs get
Yeah.
up, when people jobs
Yeah.
get on the line, they'll start making smart
Yeah.
decisions. Why?
Yeah.
Man.
Let them be
Yeah,
0-4
that'll
by
solidify
week
defense.
4.
San
I bet
Francisco
somebody-
need to get him. We need to get him. Richard Sherman on IR, our other cornerback, went on IR. Man,
Yeah.
we need some help out there.
Yeah.
They're not at the safety though. They better go buy some cornerbacks.
Where they can
San
move
Francisco
down.
D,
We
that's
got
a hot
we got
play
a
this
guy
week,
named
too.
Jimmy Ward. He's a safety /
Oh,
corner. You can move
I know
him to
about
the and we still got Jason Barrett. Put Jason. Jason just nursing a little hammy. He be back. But hell, put Earl over there with Jaquaski Tart and move them other boys down as a cornerback just to get you by for a little bit. Plus, Earl coming down and playing, man coverage, so he coming down in the box with the linebackers too. So
Yeah.
Well, hold up, guys.
San Francisco D gonna eat this week. They play
Let
the
me
Jets.
ask my boy Jay Phillips over here. He's a Super Bowl safety. He know. Jay
Okay.
Phillips, talk to us.
What's
Tell
up?
me how in the world is that gonna work? Should they move a safety like that?
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, with Earl
Yeah.
being out there and being a veteran, man, he got to come in, learn the scheme. I mean, safety's not just a spot where you just jump in without knowing the
Right.
checks and all that stuff.
right,
So,
right.
what's going to happen is somebody's going to have to get hurt or somebody's going to not be playing well and then they'll bring him in. Because now, as he comes in, he signs a contract. He pretty much gonna be playing week to week because contract's not gonna be guaranteed because he wasn't on open day roster.
Right.
You're right. Well, the safety is like the quarterback on the defense, so it's rough if you ain't got no Mike in there that know the whole defense.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you gotta know everybody on the field.
Like everything else, man, it's chemistry, man. You gotta have chemistry. So they got players that have been through camp and they comfortable with what they got in terminology and all that stuff. So it's that stuff is big. Unless somebody out there who was who coached him.
I'm sorry.
That's a coordinator somewhere. My bad.
Oh, like one of his old coaches that knows.
This is a guy that at his last two spots has had bad endings. So that's what people remember. They don't remember the Legion of Boom playmaking days. They remember the exit.
Yeah.
But when that job get on the line, you forget about all that mess except the football field because he's a great
player. In your left hand, you got Earl Thomas, or in your right hand, you got practice squad guy.
If you got no job,
I'm rolling the dice with Earl Thomas.
I'm rolling.
But like my man just said, like your boy just said, Phillips about scheme. Like our defensive coordinator Robert Salah, he was the linebackers coach during the time Earl was with Seattle. So he runs a variation of that 4-3 hybrid. It's like a 4-3-3-4 hybrid defense that based off that Seattle defense. So.
The terminology is going to be somewhat similar, so that might be like the landing spot.
Absolutely. That's a good point you made, bro. Good point.
And the other thing is, though, man, they always coaches told me, hey, man, I'm gonna tolerate you until I can replace you. So I got somebody who's younger who might not be as good, but they right around there. Hey, man, I'm gonna rock with them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to be special. Like, I'm gonna tolerate you and everything you bring until I can replace you.
Wow.
Well, that's a real one right there. Y'all better put that on the shirt. That might be the next shirt coming soon right there, Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I heard it.
That's real.
Now, another defense I got out here that I've been looking at, man, myself, is the Rams defense.
Ooh.
Like, the Rams defense is free and Washington defense is free in pretty much every league.
Yeah.
If you watch that Washington game, they looked like they was in a gang fight. They was out there punishing people.
Yeah, they was.
Looking fresh. I'm almost about to eat up the hype and pick them up.
The Rams shut my Cowboys down, man. I mean, oh my gosh, man. Like,
Donald, let's say Donald shut the Cowboys down.
Jesus Christ, man. I don't get
where
it,
it starts.
Rams look good. Jalen looked hungry, man. He got that contract. Jalen Ramsey looked hungry.
Jalen look hungry? What about that D tackle? You know how Zeke said he want to eat all the time? Man, he threw Zeke out of the club. You know how somebody try to sneak in the club and talk crazy to the bouncer?
Hey, no tennis shoes, no white tees.
Let me tell you something. Hey, I done seen some great D tackles, but Warren Sapp, John Randall, even my man that played with the Eagles out of Mississippi State, I can't think, Fletcher Cox. But man, this dude right here, Aaron Donald, man, he's a man amongst boys. He a straight beast.
Yeah.
But he busted through double teams and still getting to the quarterback, man.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's some Reggie White type stuff, man.
Busting through? Or, man, he child abused them. He could go to jail for what he did.
Thing is, though, when you playing defense, man, like you go up front, man, if you can change that level of line of scrimmage, it allows everybody to play better, especially your linebackers and everybody on the back end cleans everything up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he making plays on top of that.
We sitting on everything. If he had the D tackle, I'm gonna get it like 5 and 5, and I'm gonna be looking at the quarterback all game because it's coming out real fast. Real fast. Hey Java, give us some more defenses, man, that you think that's streamable for this week that we might want to pick up. Like I said, you got Arizona, Washington. I like Tennessee and LA. Them the top 4 defenses I see in most of my leagues that's available. But tell me some of the ones that you
Arizona seems free in everybody's leagues. I mean, in all my leagues, they're free.
Yeah,
I think that's probably.
I'm gonna say New England. I'm gonna say New England got a good defense with them corner JC, Stephon Gilmore, McCourty. I think they play. Gilmore, and I think they play. Who they play this week? Who the Patriots play? I want to say the Broncos. Cortland Sutton still hurt. You still got young guys like Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler coming off injury. So you bring a veteran defense like that against them. I think that'll be a good stream defense this week. New England versus Broncos.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, Arizona, New England ain't really free in a lot of leagues, but Arizona, they scare me because they playing against Washington. Washington ain't the team to be playing with right now, man.
I mean, they came out so slow though. I don't believe in Washington, man. I think they just had a good game.
Man, they young. They young. That was their first game, man. Them boys,
Hey man, thing is though, hey, when you got something that's behind you and you inspired, man, you know, coach,
Yeah.
you know, doing
Right.
chemo, everything else, man. And he out
That's
there, he
right.
fighting. Hey
Yeah,
man, it's
he
like,
is.
shoot, man, hey, let me go
That's
get it, man. Let me go.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. That's right,
Yeah.
bro. That's
There
it.
was a lot of them. They first game, like they ain't had no preseason to get the jitters out. But you seen what happened when they kicked it into gear?
And they kicked in the
wasn't
gear,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kicked it again.
And he
Yeah.
think about it. He had to go to D Hop
Yeah.
45. I mean, what 46? No. Arizona last week they went to D Hop about 45 times. Man, that made me say y'all struggling out there because the quarterback had 100 yards.
Hey.
D Hopkins had 15 catches with all them weapons. I don't know, bro.
That's like my man said. San Francisco just got a bunch of zone corners, man. They ain't got nobody who can lock up man to man, and the Cardinals just exploiting it. You can't, man. They couldn't check them because they ain't got no man to man corners.
Now, what about another question I want to ask y'all? What about that Joe Mixon? He gonna recover? Because they play Thursday night, and I want to play him, but I'm scared. I don't know if they're gonna do all right. But they all play against the Browns.
I got Joe Mixon, man. I think you just got to roll the dice with Joe because Joe getting the volume. You know, I mean, Giovanni Bernard coming on third down passing downs, but Joe Mixon gonna get rolling. He just got to get, you know, he playing with a young quarterback. Joe Burrow seemed like he gonna be all right in this league from what I can tell. You know, he seemed like he gonna be all right in the future. So I think you just got to be patient with Mixon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got Mixon too. He was my keeper. I agree with Rock, man. You just gotta be watching them updates, and if he's playing, I'm playing him.
Right.
Okay, now we haven't got into tight ends, right? Now it's a couple of tight end injuries that happened this week, so people gonna have to get their tight end on. What's some guys y'all think out there that's pretty good, man? Like I said, I want to go with you, Jarvis. I want to go with you, Rock, and Dustin. Then let me know your top four that's available in most leagues, because the Cowboys tight end got hurt. There's a lot of tight ends that move to different places. I just want to know who you got that we need to pick up if you need a tight end this week, y'all.
The top one on this is Goddard from Philly.
Oh, yeah, beast.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he's available.
Yeah.
But he had 166,000 ads.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's the number one tight end right now available. But let me see who else is on this list.
TJ Hawkinson, my boy Hilt say, but he ain't a free agency. Shout out to Hilt commenting in the comments at the bottom.
I already mentioned one in my four. That was Logan Thomas from Washington.
Logan Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he
What about OJ Howard?
I was going to say OJ Howard. OJ Howard is available. Everybody going Gronk, but you see who Tom Brady threw that thing to?
Yeah, he was throwing to OJ.
Yeah,
man.
he was throwing to OJ.
OJ a little faster, a little younger.
Oh, way younger, faster. They just got so many weapons down in Tampa, man. It's kind of like one of those other situations where you just don't know where the ball's going to go.
Jonnu Smith as well, if he's available in your league.
Jonnu Smith? Who he play for the Titans?
That's Titans. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was getting off. Yes, indeed. I hear you checking
Jordan Akins from Houston.
Yeah, from Houston, yeah.
What y'all ain't said,
though.
Y'all ain't said Greg Olsen and Jimmy Graham. Them boys at different teams, but they both doing all right now.
Yeah, but I think they one-hit wonders. I think they'll get the volume. I picked up because I got Hayden Hurst, so I needed a backup tight end. So I picked up Mike Gesicki from Miami. I know Miami offense ain't really clicking on them, but you know, he the main guy. You know, I think when Tua finally take over, he gonna have that safety valve. So Mike Gesicki, just somebody to put, like you said, put the store on down in Miami.
I like Olsen because think about it. Olsen, he old or whatever, but then if you take a look, everybody after the way DK Metcalf and Lockett got off, man, Olsen gonna get off, man. Trust me, that's my guy.
Olsen.
And who else I like out there? Jake Doyle, he out there. You know what I'm saying?
Jack Doyle.
When you got an offense like Minnesota, because he with Minnesota, right? No, he with Indiana.
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he with Indiana.
Man, you got an offense like theirs. He always get off. I mean, every year you might be like, nah, but Jake Doyle doing his thing, man.
Chris Herndon from the Jets. Can't forget about him. You know, Sam Darnold, besides Crowder, he ain't got much going on out there. And I think Chris Herndon, one of them guys, they can get some targets, you know.
I feel you. Let me see who the top roster. The top roster one is your boy from the Titans, Jay Smith. Yeah, they picked him up everywhere. What I'm doing, I'm looking on what I usually do, man. I look at the most rostered when I look up people that I want to pick up. Just like I say, Jay, I want to make sure I give y'all the strategies, my brother. I look at fantasy points. Whoever scored the most, I go to like the flex position, and look at overall positions, look at who scored the most points, and then I look at who rostered the most and who got added the most that week. Once I look at them 3 categories, that's kind of give me an idea of what I want to do. And then I look at what kind of trash I got on my team that I can let go for them. But that's
Yeah,
kind
I'm looking at ads too. I'm looking at the most ads too.
man, I got to. So like the most added tight end this week was Thomas.
Yeah,
Everybody
Logan.
saying Thomas
Yeah,
can do his thing. The one for Washington, who you said earlier, Dustin.
Logan was a quarterback, wasn't he?
Logan Thomas, converted
Logan
quarterback
Thomas.
from
Yeah,
college.
yeah. I remember
Yeah.
he was a quarterback.
I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all's league had, like, I'm in 4 leagues. I said this earlier. 3 of my 4 leagues, Taysom Hill is listed as tight end.
Yeah.
So you can
Oh, that's
play him in
crucial.
the tight end or the flex spot. So that's a
Yeah.
guy that his workload's going to increase this week with Michael Thomas being out.
Right.
Cook too, man.
Yeah, Jared Cook.
I hope y'all watching.
Jared
that right
Cook
there,
shouldn't
boy.
be available in most leagues.
Yeah, sure shouldn't.
That's another good strategy. I'm glad you made that point. I remember when Green Bay had, who was that? They had a running
Randall
back.
Cobb.
They had converted a receiver to running back.
Randall
Tom
Cobb, maybe.
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yep.
And he was
Tom
listed
Montgomery.
as a receiver and a running back.
Back everything. What?
Oh, man, that was crucial because you could put him at receiver knowing he going to
Yeah.
get 10
Yeah.
carries.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was serious. So if you catch one of them out there,
Yeah.
it's a good look.
Yeah, Tom Montgomery.
In our league, Jermaine, the top ones that's free agents right now, Joku from Cleveland. Oh, he just got put on IR. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, Joe Cool.
Thomas, who we were just talking about, OJ Howard and Greg Olsen. Them the top 3 scoring tight ends in our league right there. Just look FYI, since we the only 2 in here from the pros, no Joes, man. Just give you a couple of tips. You know what I'm saying? Keep you number 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep you winning until me and you play each other. You know what I'm saying? Till we play each other. But yeah, man, y'all got any other tips? Because these 2 guys in the corner, man, you know, I usually talk to them boys on a regular. Me and Dustin, we be talking on the social sites all the time about fantasy as well. But I pretty much went to college or high school or played fantasy with everybody in here. But these 2 guys in the Rock and Jay, well, these boys are some waiver wire warriors. So I'm gonna try to make sure every Wednesday we tap in and do a waiver wire Wednesday episode brought to you by Grand Jewel, so we can make sure that everybody's up on the latest and all the tips and everything you need to know about the waiver wire. But one thing about it, man, the reason why I really started this because a lot of these people, man, we talk hours and hours about fantasy anyway. So, like, man, we got to go ahead and get it in, man. But, hey, Jay, like I say, man, you got any question, you a buck. You know what I'm saying? I got to always look out and give you the best of the best. You got anything, any questions, anything you need to know about this fantasy so far? I know you 1-0, but let me know if
oh, no, man, I'm learning, man. Like I said, man, this waiver wire thing is new to me, man. Like I said, I was at the TV Sunday night. I was like, okay, let me see what I can do, man. You know what I mean? I knew I wasn't going to keep carrying Johnson. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get rid of him now. You know what I mean? I'm thinking this first come, first serve. You know what I mean? But I'm wasting my waiver by doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also,
you know, so that's what I just learned. So
also,
hey,
you gotta.
I already know, man. I'm getting up Wednesday morning, man. See what's left. You know what I mean?
Hey, also, you can't swap out when the game starts. So if you want to do a drop in an ad, you got to make sure that I wouldn't try to do it if the game kick off at 1:00. Based on how your internet service is and your phones and everything, you might want to make that move at like 1:40, at 12:45, 12:30. You don't want to wait till 1:58. I'm sorry, 12:58, and then say, "Oh, I want to make this swap or I want to make this lineup change." Please get you a little time in, because that thing will be, oh, so sorry, it kicked off already. You don't want to be procrastinating too long. You want to go ahead and make your mind up and get that in, man. But y'all got some more tips? Y'all got any more tips, man? Anything y'all want to say to these people, man? Anything?
Man, go Cowboys, man. We need to bounce back this week.
Man, you ain't saying nothing. I thought you were going to say something for real, man. You tripping, man.
Bounce back, man.
Go Cowboys.
Man.
Back this week. Dog.
If you're looking for a quarterback, I'm gonna say this: if you're looking for a quarterback, you may can find a guy like Drew Lock, maybe stashed out there. Just keep him as a backup. But I think as the year progresses, I think him and Cortland Sutton gonna put up some big numbers. And you know, like I said, you got Jerry Jeudy, and you got my boy. I don't think we mentioned Noah Fant because he ain't on the waiver wire, obviously, but you know he got some weapons out there.
He ain't on the waiver wire, but he on somebody's roster. I don't want to say no name.
Judy look good too, man.
Ain't no name. He ain't on the
Yeah.
waiver wire, but he on the fantasy GOAT team. And he showed up.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy got off of me. Ooh,
Yeah, he
that boy
did.
look good. Doesn't he look good out there?
Yeah, no
That boy
offense,
good. He
bad
got
boy.
his own money.
He got his own money.
Hey, Jay, you got anything you want to leave with these people, man? Give us some of your expert Super Bowl pro advice for us moving forward on how we can look at these players as well.
Oh man, like you say, man, it's just about chemistry and what's coming on. I mean, you know what kind of quarterback you got. Like when I look at a rookie quarterback, man, I know he's gonna have his struggles because I mean, when they meet different defenses, man, they're gonna give him different looks. You know, so somebody like Joe Mixon, he might get off later in the season, but at the same time, man, I'm not totally sold that Burrow really knows what he's up against right yet. You know what I mean? He has to get a little bit more comfortable for me, and especially you know AJ Green is not the AJ Green of old. So it's like you know what's you know, what they're gonna do? They're gonna find a way to give him different looks and move around, but at the same time put 8 in the box to make him beat us. You know what I mean? Like, hey, make a rookie quarterback beat me. I take that all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
I need to target them, whoever they playing against. I need to target them because they ain't gonna. He looked a little shook out there to me. I'm gonna be honest. He had a little rushing touchdown, but outside of that, I mean,
Right. And the thing is though, like I didn't see the game. Was he getting a lot of pressure?
Yeah. He was. He wasn't doing that good. Also, hey, another thing I was gonna say, another tip. If you don't get a chance to get the games, man, what I do, I got that Red Zone package, man. I be watching the Red Zone from my phone.
That's right.
Tap in, man. I might be in the grocery store. I'm watching that Red Zone. Red Zone is the one. They tell you every single touchdown that's
Absolutely.
And you can get it on your phone. You can take it to your homeboy house, log it in. That's what I've been doing, man. If I'm on the move somewhere, man, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to move wherever I'm going. I'm logging in with my code so I can watch it because that Red Zone gonna keep you intact.
That's really the only way to watch games for fantasy.
That's the fantasy way. That's your fantasy channel. If you're a fantasy player, you need to have that Red Zone on tap, or you need to get one of your homeboys code and make them tap in for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, you got some tips for us, man?
Hey, you know what? I already said it more than once. Just stay patient. Don't overreact. It's okay to do it with your bench. But don't do it with guys you picked in your first 5 rounds. Like me personally, a guy like Odell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna overreact on a guy like Odell. He gonna get it together.
You hope so.
It was a pleasure. Getting some real fantasy knowledge up in here, some real deal NFL perspective. But I'd be remiss if I didn't throw a Go Gators out there for Mr. Phillips.
Go Gators, baby.
It's all good.
Hey, I had to do it.
Hey, that had to be expected. It's all good. Hey, I know y'all all around there. It's all good. But, you know, for the last how long, man, we've been owning Jacksonville for a while now. You know
hey,
what I mean?
3 years in a row. So you got that one.
Hey, that's
3 years in a row.
Second home.
Everything comes to an end,
Then got a couple of coaches fired on the strength.
Hey, Gator bait. Y'all done went from Gators to Gator bait down there to Georgia, Florida. Come on, man. We can't be losing Florida, Georgia game. Come on.
Yeah, and it's ours for the taking this year.
This our year.
We'll see.
This our year.
Oh yeah, I forgot you was a Gator mom too.
Hey, every year your year. It's all good.
Uh-huh.
Every year it's all good. Hey.
You know what? Hey, that series goes in cycles. The last 12 years, each team has had 3-year win streaks. We split 6 of the last 12.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
So
that
series goes in waves.
Don't get
but hey, it was a pleasure getting some real deal NFL perspective from you.
For sure, man.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
man.
Appreciate
I want to
you,
thank
man.
y'all for coming on, man. Like I say, every Wednesday we're gonna get together and make this thing happen, man. If y'all want to get more tips, man, make sure y'all follow the page, follow the show. What's Happening Fantasy World on YouTube, WHFW BPSN on Facebook. Once I edit this up, I'm gonna have all the tags in there. WHFW _ BPSN on Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you want to get your shirts, shout out my boy Rock. Rock, where your shirt at? You got it in there?
No, man, I was out there grilling. I got it right.
Don't worry about it. Don't put it. You don't want to put this on while you're grilling. Don't mess up.
Nah. I'm done grilling.
While you grilling.
Nah. I ain't
if you want to get your shirts, man, Cash App $WHFW BPSN. As you know, if you fantasy with me, if you're in any of my leagues, you get a discount just because you're in the league. Dustin, if you want to get one, sorry, my brother, you got to pay full price. You're enjoying my league.
Hey, you got to pay to play. I
Thank
like
you
Here we
so
go
much
right
for
here.
being.
Here we go right
That
there,
thing
baby.
was nice
Ooh.
right there.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that
Here
thing
we
Nice
go.
clean.
and
Here we
tight.
go.
Ain't no dirt on it. No
Yeah.
real smoke on it.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
Hey, I'll pay full price for that one.
man, come
Yeah.
Child
on now.
support.
Come on now, go and get you one, Jay. Like I told you, man, I got yours here waiting, man. Go ahead, send me that address. Everything will be in the mail. Hilton, I expect some pictures real soon from you, Hilton.
Oh, they coming, bro, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. All right,
All right now.
So, man.
Okay
Thank y'all
now.
for joining in, man. Catch
All
us
right,
on the next
appreciate it.
episode. Coming
All
to
right,
y'all
fellas.
tonight.
Y'all
We're
be
gonna do another
safe.
one tonight.
All right now.
All right, man. Y'all be safe.
All right. Be safe. All right. Later.
Do you Yahoo or ESPN? Y'all doing this for fun or y'all playing to win? Round here, we all in and the winner get the big bag. Talk tough, point correction, and have you looking sad. Big bucks, take a loss, tough luck. Ain't nobody trying to hear your cash app got stuck. Cause on what's happening, we keep you on action. Help you stay focused on who you should be drafting, who you should be keeping, and who you getting off waivers. One smart move could be a game saver.